guys, this is Jessica. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm working on a different kind of video and showing you guys my experience with canning some of our first harvest. We had Hurricane Ida come through here last week, and so before that I knew that I needed to try to preserve a lot of the tomatoes that we've been harvesting all summer. And so we do have a generator that we were able to run when our electricity went out for 6 days, but I knew it would be a better idea if I was able to free up some space, just in case this was gonna happen. Now, I just wanna preface that this video is not a how-to on canning. This is my first experience with doing any type of canning whatsoever. I did water bath canning this time, and so just a disclaimer, if this is something that you're interested in, I just encourage you to find a reputable source that you can learn some canning from. I was able to do a canning class at the Homesteaders of America conference. There's also lots of other good resources. I'll try to link some of those below if you guys are interested. As far as canners go, I was fortunate enough to be gifted, I believe it's called the Presto pressure canner. And there are lots of different pressure canners on the market. A lot of the resources that I've gotten my information from have said usually the tried and true brands are the ones that have been on the market for decades. Really just, again, do your research on this. The one that I used, it's probably maybe from the 90s, maybe earlier than that, but it still has really good working parts to it. You can get a lot of the replaceable parts on their website if you just go to the manufacturer's website if you're needing that. So just kind of double check that if you have any type of canner that you were gifted to you. So again, this is my own experience, and I'm just gonna bring you guys along and just show you how we harvest some of our vegetables that we've been growing here on our homestead. So let's get into it. So I would rather can my sauce or tomato products in one big batch, so I freeze them in a gallon Ziploc bag until I'm ready to process them. I will usually score them on the side and cut out any bad areas before placing them in the bag when I was getting ready to process them, but most certainly you can do this beforehand so that you don't have to do that as you're putting them in your pots. I wanted to experiment with a few different methods, so I put some in my crock pot on low and others I just cooked in a large stock pot directly. The key is cooking the liquid out of the tomatoes, and I recently learned that a faster way is to gradually ladle out the juice, which you can either discard or can use as tomato juice. After I cooked it down to the consistency I wanted, it was time to strain everything. One thing I will definitely purchase in the future is a food mill, as using a fine mesh colander took a lot more time than I thought. I did save my tomato skins so that I could dehydrate those for later. I just used a basic dehydrator and put them on the plastic liners that I purchased separately. I'll link those below if you guys are interested in this type of one that I'm using. Once I had my sauce, I began placing them in my jars. I'm following the Melissa K. Norris recipe on how to water bath can them properly, but I'll link that and a few other resources below. You can use a pressure canner as a water bath canner. You just need to look up the proper way to do this. I was really excited as all my jars sealed, and I was even able to make a batch of cherry tomato sauce as well. Finally, I took the skins that I dehydrated and put them in the food processor to blend them up to a powder consistency. I then stored this in the jar to be used in soups or anything else that you want to add a little bit of flavor. I just love being able to use every aspect from our harvest, even if it's to use the scraps to feed our animals. I just want to thank you guys again for joining me today as I processed our first canning jars, and I hope to do more of this in the future. Drop me a comment below and let me know if you guys like to can and what you preserve, and we will see you guys again next time. Have a blessed day.